everybody. Cory Michael Sanchez here, and
Ira Rosen, and we are really excited that we have a special guest on the line here, Tom Beal. And Tom, we met a while back at a big event in San Diego and the JV Alert. We were super impressed. This guy has worked with the top internet marketers. Mike Filsaime. He's worked with Tony Robbins, Frank Kern, all these guys, Rick Sheffrin, and it goes on and on and on. And I got to tell you, he gave a talk that just stuck with me because everyone had fancy PowerPoints at this event, and at the last minute, Tom just decided he was just going to get up there and talk from his heart, and it was the most impressive speech or talk that I heard the entire weekend and for a long time. Wouldn't you agree, Cory?
Yeah. You know, I've actually, interesting thing about Tom, the first product I ever bought in the IM space, because I was a complete newbie, I was just getting started in internet marketing, and so I get, I think Frank Kern's deal is like Mass Control or something, and that was the very first thing I ever bought, officially, like, you know, got it delivered to my house and all that, and I pop it in, and then there's Tom Beal giving a massive introduction on, you know, Frank Kern's, you know, for his event and all that. And so I learned a lot from Tom Beal. Very, very well respected in the industry. You can.
So there's multi-task to it. Like, A, don't let anyone steal your dream, but also use common sense enough to do whatever it freaking takes. Whatever it freaking takes, right? I've had the carpet pulled out from me on a multiple six-figure passive income. Just woke up one day and it was gone, you know, and that's kind of that, you know, oh, poor Tom, you know, whatever. But guess what? That supports a lot of lifestyle. That supports a lot of things that now when that carpet was pulled out from under you and that's no longer there, you got to get creative because those bills don't stop coming and people don't really care that carpet was pulled out from you. They want their money, right? So it's about being creative, and it's not about the amount of resources that you have. It's about how resourceful can you be. Yep. You have to think, okay, great, I never saw that coming. Shit. Dust yourself off, say, okay, now what? I got to make some things happen. How am I going to make this happen? And it begins probably just by that, asking yourself the proper questions. I asked myself many questions along the journey, and I still do. You know, when I was making those trips back in '04 and '05, and I had enough money for the airplane ticket, but not enough money for hotel or food, I'd ask a lot of questions. You know, geez, am I really going to be able to go without eating for 3 days possibly? Or, you know, and then, you know, there's thoughts that you have to overcome and fears and just go for it. Had I not gone on those trips, who knows where I would have been. I know I wouldn't be right here talking to you after producing over now $30 million of online sales. That would have never happened had I not sacrificed and made those bold choices and those bold decisions. Had I not gone out cold calling the neighborhoods to sell alarm systems while I'm working for a multimillionaire, right? It's just do whatever the hell it takes.
Yeah, and
constant commitment to making it happen.
No, that's perfect, and you know that's I gotta applaud your commitment because you know obviously you know that's those are some serious situations and be able to pull yourself out of that. So, in kind of like summarizing all of that, I mean, what do you think are the top 3 things that have made you successful that you would say? You know, that you would tell another entrepreneur that says, if you're going to focus on 3 to 5 things, you know, what, you know, summarizing basically what you said, what would you think? What would you say those were?
All right, I have a 5-step success magnet formula that would answer that question best. I've excelled in numerous unrelated areas of my life. I've been #1 honored graduate for the United States Marine Corps boot camp, 3 meritorious promotions in a 4-year active duty time period. I was #1 in 5 separate sales organizations. I was a national bicycle freestyle champion. So basically the bottom line is these same 5 steps have helped me in numerous unrelated areas and fields not know anything to rise to the top in a quick amount of time in a very, very quick fashion. So the 5 steps that I would recommend anyone take, and if you look in retrospect, you'll probably notice the 5 steps applied in all of your past successes. And they are A, 1, have a vision. You need to be very clear on what the end result is that you want. You know, when I first saw Zig Ziglar speak on stage, in my mind I said, wow, I would love to be able to do that. I would love to be able to speak and share stories and share experiences and share some wisdom that can impact the audience in a way that they will make a choice to do something different, to be better. So be clear on what that vision is. What's the end goal? And then ask deep questions like why? How's my life going to be different once that's accomplished? So get clear on the vision, the end result. The clearer you can be on that, the easier the journey will be. Step number 2 is have belief. You got to have belief that if someone else has done it, chances are good you can do it taking similar steps. Get that belief in the law of cause and effect. Certain actions produce certain results. Get that belief in yourself, belief in your history of setting goals and accomplishing them. There's numerous levels of belief that go into play here. So first step is vision, second step is belief, third step is very key. Third step is what I call identify and align. Identify who has accomplished what you're seeking to accomplish and align yourself to the best of your ability with them. Identify who's accomplished those goals that you're seeking to accomplish and align yourself. Just being on this call, you're aligning with some great people that are committed to helping you get to that next level. So Cory and Ira and myself, that's our passion. So you've aligned with us, you've identified us and aligned with us, and that's an awesome step. You can do that through calls such as this. You can do it by attending live events. You can do it by reading books, reading blogs, listening to audios, watching videos. And the best is face-to-face, one-on-one conversation. And when you do get a chance to get face-to-face with that person you've identified as being accomplished, being has accomplished what you want to accomplish, I've asked many people this question. Hey, you are where I want to be. Here's where I am. Here's where you are. How would you best recommend I get there? And you'll be surprised at how they will be helpful in many cases, most cases, and give you, you know what, if I was in your spot and you wanted to get to where I was, here's what I would do. They'll guide you through that most of the time. Fourth step is commitment to action. In the beginning, Cory or Ira, I forgot which one asked if I lost weight recently. Yes, I lost, approximately 30 pounds in 60 days by setting a vision, believing I could do it, identifying and aligning with certain things that I needed to do, and fourth, committing to taking the proper actions. We all pretty much know what it takes to lose weight. You got to eat less and move more. But we all, generally, worldwide speaking, have problems following through doing what we know we should be doing. Similarly, in the area of finances and business and marketing, we all pretty much have a pretty clear idea of what we should be doing or what we could be doing, but there's a big gap between what that is and what we're really doing. So you need to be committed to taking the proper actions, not flaking, back and forth, doing it and then not doing it, doing it, not doing it. Because it's those small, seemingly insignificant actions that you consistently do that pull you to that end goal. All right, then the fifth step is have fun. This journey is very brief. My parents passed away at 52 and 56 years old, and this time that we have here is very limited. So you need to enjoy the journey. Looking back, I'm so happy that I left that poisonous corporate world scenario that I was in, because it was life-sucking. It was draining. It was one of those things where in the morning when the alarm clock went off, you just had to pump yourself up to even get in the car and drive there because it was just so much torture that you were entering. That's not anything that I would recommend for anyone to go through. Life is too short to put yourself in that type of situation. Surround yourself with great people. Surround yourself with the opposite of that, where you look forward to going to work with the people that you associated with. You look forward to providing value to the target market that you have. You enjoy it. A good example is my brother played in the NFL, National Football League, for 10 years. Imagine getting paid, close to $30 million doing something that you love. I mean, does it get any better? Well, that's the lifestyle that I live. I get paid to do what I love. And that, I think, is the best equation ever. So find your sweet spot. Find out how you can participate in a way that provides value to your particular target market in whatever your strengths are, where you just are well compensated. Provide a lifestyle that you can feel proud of and do the things that you want to do, and at the same time just enjoy every day. Because that's what life's all about. It's about joy, fulfillment, happiness, love, and making the most of it. And that comes from following those 5 steps because you're a success all the way along those 5 steps. I was a success when I chose to go to those events. Just had barely enough money to pay for the plane ticket. Didn't have money for food or hotel, but that's a success. You know, I'm no different as a person than I was then, other than some years passing and hopefully being a little wiser here and there. But I was pretty much a student who knew that I would be here right now. I saw it. I lived it. I could feel it. I could taste it. I knew from the actions that I was taking, it was only a matter of time. Because of the law of cause and effect, I can't be chasing my tail. I'm taking the proper steps. I'm aligning with the right people. They're telling me to take these actions. It looks like those are the same actions they're taking. If I take similar actions with successful people, I'll probably be successful too. And I wouldn't even use the word probably. I knew I would be successful. So when you have that commitment, taking the proper action, it's not a gamble. It's a given. You're not going to the craps table. You're going to, the bank. You're going to the ATM. And, you have your money in there and you press the right numbers, it's going to spit out the money you asked for. I mean, it's a given. It's not a gamble when you're taking those 5 steps.